The first thing I see is this black beaded necklace, and the beads are sort of in a progression, very minute, but there is a progression. It's smaller to larger. They're black, round stones. They're not fully black. When you look closer, there's stars in there or something. Do you know, like there's white and crystals and all kinds of things in there. The download is that this is sort of a map. It's a roadmap. And I get all the angles of it, and I get they're connected to galaxies or universes or thought systems or knowledge that looks like inhabiting the voids. Then I see the beads start to swirl around, and I see them unclasped suddenly, and they're like the DNA strands at a much different level of DNA strand. They're moving very fast. They're kind of aligning with the present DNA, and I see the present DNA, it's kind of red in the body, and then I see this black DNA coming in, and there's that double helix thing. The strand kind of goes around twice even on itself, back around. But again, the form is very energy body. And what's happening here is happening everywhere. And it's a roadmap to move forward, understanding that the micro and the macro is much bigger. Occurrences in the little occurrence of what looks like me. There's the massive occurrences happening. And I was really in that silence. It was so, I love that. I could just stay there forever. And I think that's a piece here for you, is that large, infinite space of just that silence, allowing the next bit to emerge and trusting that's where all creation happens. Okay, because then the next scene is you, and you take those beads and you swallow them. You know, they're not clasped. There's no chewing involved. You just slide them down your throat. This is a map, and I take that map and I absorb it into myself. I am activating and anchoring and harnessing this awareness in consciousness. It's understanding that it all starts here. It all starts within, and I don't mean in the body. Yet it's not really gonna fit in the body. And so I am the beads are a roadmap, but the beads are all of this massive information. But then also each bead individually is such a massive amount of information and knowledge. You swallow them and then they're down in you, or they're just line up in your body kind of thing. That's the feeling, is they just line up. The sense is that you're in this place of having to allow your own movements and trusting that that's the answer in the moment. And so your job is to figure that out, of how to bring that beaded network of all-knowing universe. And that's kind of what that bead network is. And it's also kind of understanding that you're not in a place of having to get something. So when I see you swallowing it, it's almost like you're saying, it's funny. You know, it's this very lighthearted way of saying, yeah, it's all, I've got it all right here. And this body will hang onto it and allowed into me all the information, all the knowledge, all the creator source energy. And it's almost like using the body, the personality, and the construct of Kim is using that to bring in the next movement. It's bringing in that right relationship piece and understanding exactly what you're doing with the body, you know, and why the body is such an important piece, the personality, the ego of Kim. It's not this ending of Kim. I mean, I think there must have been this idea in this transformational time that we would somehow be letting go of the personality. But I think there's still been this sniggling in us about maybe the personality and the ego and the concept of Kim that also needs to be honored, you could say, and allowed into the process. I kept on getting these words of midwife and being able to helping midwife the birth of a moment. And so it's more than just the planet. It's more than just the beings that are on this planet. There's so much more of it than that. There's the many beads of that. There's a front and center to it because you're swallowing it. So you're becoming it from the inside, but the outside looks like this body, Kim. And that Kim is leading the way because it's the physical manifestation, and you're still on this planet and you're doing things in a physical way. And the physicalness of you needs to be a big part of this.